last concept I want you to speak about is collective security. We hear it all the time. We hear it in reggae songs. We hear it in poetry. We hear it from different people in society, and it's collective security. But I feel people don't have a clear understanding of collective security, and because they don't have a clear understanding, they don't know what it looks like.
You know, my definition to give you a Zulu word that comes from a Zulu phrase, my definition of collective security is Ubuntu, which literally means I am because we are, or people are only people through other people. What it means is that you can't understand collective security for the African without understanding solidarity. When Bob Marley in Rat Race said collective security for surety, what he essentially was saying is that the only way you can get out of the rat race is to come together, united, and be fighting the common enemy, which is racism and oppression, right? Whether you are in Africa, or whether you're in the Caribbean, or whether you are in the United States, or whether you're in Europe, wherever you are, collective security, Ubuntu, means that I am because we are. We can't talk about being an African without understanding we have to carry other people with us, right? So collective security is Ubuntu, that there is a communitarian model. Note I didn't say communist, because people, once they start here, they assume communism. That's not where I'm going. I'm going to community, right? The community is collective security. Community education, collective security. Community justice, collective security. Everything starts at the level of the community. What is the community? The community is not just a neighborhood where people live. The community is a philosophical and a cultural, psychological community, that you understand your connectedness and your rootedness to people in Africa and people in the Caribbean and people in the Americas, right? Because that is what Sankofa is. The Akan term that simply means it is not a taboo to return and fetch it. Collective security means that we collectively educate ourselves about our history, not of oppression, because I see well-meaning people, you know, and I'm not knocking any project, you know, but I see well-meaning people talking about a project, and it again starts with the presumption that Africans here in the Americas start at Columbus. But Ivan van Sertima tells us and documents that they came before Columbus. So collective security is also collective education, collective emancipation, collective enlightenment and awakening. You can't talk about collective security without first being a collective. And a lot of times I find that we are so divided by language, by who our colonizer was, because I speak English and you speak French, but they were all colonizers and there was no good colonizer.
You know, the funny thing is, when they are reason about collective security, is that one of the main reasons why I cite Rastafari was due to the aspect of collective security, because you mentioned Ubuntu, and funny enough, I was telling a couple of years ago, I was telling that, you know, say Ubuntu is the same concept we use in Rastafari and say I and I, because when we say I and I, you know, it's no different. It's just that ones look at it in a different light. So we know if we speak in English or whatever, we know I as
yes.
as that sort of thing. So, but it's the same energy kind of transfer.
Yes.
And most people don't even get that.
Yeah, because they're focusing on you know. So if you're not if you don't think of the significance, philosophical and cultural significance of Rastafari, because people will just focus on music and who is the messenger. But the message is what is important here. You know, that was the essence of the message, right? Of the need for cultural repatriation, because you don't have any hope in Babylon. That was a cultural and a political argument, right? That if you don't understand yourself, all you'll be doing here in Babylon is a rat race. Because if you go back and listen to the lyrics of that song, that is what it's talking about. Some in a horse race, some in a rat race, some in a human race, but we're not this a rat race, right? It means that you're always having to fight off oppression, right? So that is collective security. But a lot of Black people in the world today think of their individualized well-being, and so they don't understand collective security, because I'm about me and mine, and that is the essence of individualistic capitalism. You know, at Representative John Lewis's funeral last week, and a 91-year-old preacher, and the man's still firing, and he said we have to understand plantation capitalism, right? And that needs a whole reasoning to break it down. But if we understand what he's saying is that the plantations may have physically shuttered, but culturally we're still in the plantation.
Thank you for watching I Never Knew TV. Please subscribe, comment, like, and